Yeah, so I'm doing this mobile job today on this 2001 Lexus GS300, and I actually replaced the radiator and the radiator hoses the other day, um, but then we ran into needing some more parts. The alternator is actually bad, so we just got a new alternator just about an hour ago or so, and is actually the same number as the one that's on the car. I don't know if you can read that, but it's a remanufactured Denso. And as far as I know, this other one was bad. It sounds like bad uh, right out of the box whenever it was installed. It's just not charging right, not charging right under a load. And according to the auto parts store, it has a bad bearing or bad bushings in there, causing it to kind of drag as it's spinning, and that's what's causing the low voltage. But so we'll see if this other reman Denso one works. But other than that, I'm replacing the valve cover gaskets and spark plugs and plug wires. And I actually have cleaned this up quite a bit so that I could put the valve covers back on. But I don't know if you can see. I'll be able to get this on the camera. But there's a bunch of oil down in these spark plug holes. Bunch of oil. Pretty nasty looking. So I'm gonna put the valve covers on and then clean those out to be able to put the new plugs in. But actually got all kinds of things going on this car. This air filter is it's really dirty, nasty. Got a bunch of stuff in it. You can't really see it on the camera. But then I got some new plug wires to put on. Show you what happened here. I don't know if I can get this good on the camera, but one of the plug wires was just totally mangled. And I guess whoever replaced these plug wires didn't figure that would be a problem, so they just installed it on the car like that. It looks like it might have got caught up in a belt or a pulley or something, and whatever person or mechanic replaced these just decided to go ahead and put it on the car like that. But got all kinds of other things going on this. There's the valve covers. They're not sparkling, but I actually cleaned them up the other day. They actually those are very clean compared to what they were. And there's some antifreeze and the air box and different parts I had to pull off. And got these washers for the transmission lines, new boots for the coil packs, some new plugs here, NGKs, PCV valve here. Here's the gaskets for the valve covers. So kind of quite a few parts left still to install, but I'm about at the point where I can put the valve covers back on. So I might actually come back on this one and just show you that, or show you what the spark plugs look like once I pull these old ones out of there. Yeah, so I got this side on and got all the bolts and nuts in it, just finger tight. So I'll have to look up the torque specs and torque these down to spec. So I actually couldn't find any torque specs for the valve cover bolts, but according to what I found online, the torque spec is about 72 to 75 inch-pounds. But my repair information gives me torque specs for almost everything except for the valve cover bolts. But yeah, 72 to 75 sounds right to me. Yeah, so I cleaned out this little valley and all the spark plug holes like as best as I could. You can see that. I pulled the old plugs out, and they were actually not very tight at all. Probably the easiest plugs I've ever taken out. Felt like they were only like maybe in there about 5 or 6 foot-pounds or so. So I don't know if they initially didn't get torqued down properly, or just over time worked themselves loose. They're all about the same tightness. And I don't know if that might have had something to do with all the oil sitting down in the holes too, if that might have worked them loose a little. But I'm ready to go in with the new ones. The new ones are right here, and I checked all the gaps on them, and they're all pretty much where they should be, like within maybe 1 or 2 thousandths of an inch or something like that, but good enough. So I'm about to put these in, and we'll come back. So I got the new plugs installed, torqued down, and got some new boots for the coil packs, so I'm about to install those. So all the coil packs are in now, and now I got to put the new wires on. So there's the plug wires installed. It doesn't look factory, but the hold down for the wires, the hold downs were all broken and chunks of them missing and stuff, so couldn't really make it factory. Had to do the best I could, but looks like that'll work. So now I think I can start putting the throttle body and the intake and everything back on and get this thing back together, hopefully. Yeah, so I ended up actually not finishing that job, and I'm actually back at my house right now. The owner ended up making me a plate of food, and then I got a little more done on it, and then kind of hung out and kind of BS'd with him for a while, and then it got dark, and I was already tired, and I don't really like working in the dark anyway, so I figured I'd just come home for tonight and go back tomorrow and finish up that job. I still got quite a few other things to do on that thing, and actually dropped one of my 10mm sockets way in the back of the engine when I was putting that valve cover on today. So and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I'm gonna have to try to probably have to jack it up and crawl around underneath it and see if I can find that socket, because you know, I don't want to lose that socket. I've had that same socket set for over 20 years, and of course, you know, the 10mm is what you use the most. So I'm gonna have to fish around and see if I can find my socket tomorrow. But yeah, I actually got quite a few other things to do to that car, so I'll probably do another video, or maybe even more than one, depending on what other stuff I end up having to do to the car tomorrow or here in the near future. So anyway, I just wanted to let anyone know who might be watching this, I'm back at my house now, and I'm gonna have to go back and finish up the job tomorrow. So that's all I got on this one, and I will talk to you on the next one.